Hello and welcome to the agenda. I am Ajay Kaul. In this program today, we will analyze India's military prowess in the world. India has the fourth strongest military force in the world, while China is number one, according to a latest study done by a defense website. It says the ultimate military strength index was calculated after taking into consideration various factors, including budget, number of active military personnel, and total air, sea, and land nuclear resources. In the agenda today, we will try to analyze this subject, particularly since China is our adversary now. We have with us two defense experts, retired Major General Ashwani Sivach and retired Brigadier Vinod Datta. But before we start our conversation, have a look at this report.
China, which is our main adversary, has the strongest military force in the world according to a new study. The US interestingly stands at the second position in this regard according to the study. The study conducted by a defense website says ultimate military strength index was calculated after taking into consideration various factors including budgets, number of inactive and active military personnel, and total air, sea, land, and nuclear resources. Aspects like average salaries and weight of equipment were also considered for the ranking. It says the world's biggest military spender with a budget of $732 billion per year is the USA, and China comes second with $261 billion. India spends $71 billion and stands third in spending, it says. The study shows that China has 406 Navy ships while India has 202. According to another study, China has 3,160 fighter planes, while India has 2,119. China also has much larger army than India. These parameters tell us how much ahead China is as compared to India. This is of particular concern since China would not shy away from launching a military aggression against us. We saw this on the Ladakh border of the line of action control last year when China tried to militarily change the status quo on the border but received a strong pushback from India. While China has pulled back its troops from one of the friction points, Pangong Lake area, it continues to stay put in some other areas where the eyeball-to-eyeball situation persists. So considering the scenario, India will need to speed up its defense preparedness to match up to its main adversary. Bureau Report.
Now let's welcome our guests, Major General Sivach and Brigadier Vinod Datta. Welcome to the program, both of you, sirs. So I'll first begin with General Sivach about India standing at number 4 in terms of military strength in the world. But at the same time, I must point out that China is number 1. So since China is our main adversary now, so how do you see this situation?
Ajay, no doubt about it. See, this calculation is being done considering many factors. No doubt that this defense website, which is as a military direct, has taken tangible and intangible elements also into consideration. That is, what type of your weapons, quality of the weapons, nuclear weapon included, then the strength of your manpower, and the quality of training which they have done. Everything has been included in that, and then they have come out with this ranking, wherein the China stands first with almost about 82 points, followed by US 74, Russia with 69, India in fourth at 61, and then comes France, and ninth is UK. The basic thing is all these metrics have been taken into consideration. The question of worrying is that China is emerging as number 1 now is the cause of concern. It means that China is going in a big way. It has already taken over US. And the situation is that the US spent almost more than $700 billion on defense budget, whereas the defense budget of China is about $261 billion. Right. Notwithstanding that, the military power of China is stronger or more than the US. So this is a cause of concern, and why it has happened. There are 3, 4 reasons. Over a period of time, China has paid a lot of importance to its navy, and it has increased its submarine fleet to quite a bit extent. And the number of the ships which they have got the maximum in the world today, and the type of quality of ships, which in terms of frigate fighters have been also increased, and also the air wing of the navy has also increased manifold, and they are now threatening the Indo-Pacific and South China Sea. Now, this is a cause of concern not to India only, but also to countries like US and also Quad. So,
Right.
over a period of time, no doubt about it, that China is coming number one and growing from strength to strength. Not only that, today it is first and with was second. The way it is advancing and modernizing its army, air force, and navy, the gap will start increasing now. Notwithstanding that almost double, more than double the budget of defense budget of USA compared to China.
I can,
But
yeah,
I can only
I can point
say
out that it says the budget of China is 261 billion, while India's budget is 71 billion. So I'll come back to you on budgeting, but I'll go to Brigadier Datta since he's waiting. Brigadier Datta, if we see China as number one, I mean being ranked as the number one military in the world, I mean overthrowing USA, which we know is the number one military in the world, is it surprising?
Ajayji, good evening. There is no doubt that the way China is moving ahead, there is no doubt that it has got number one military power. If you go back, say about 3-4 months back, you will realize that the Chinese Navy has surpassed in numerical as well as in the vessel strength of America. And America used to always boast of its navy, and undoubtedly it was one of the best navies in the world. So you see, the defense plan which has been rolled out on 1st of January 2021 clearly indicates that China is going to be a superpower by 2050, and by 2030.
That is their ambition, yeah.
Yeah, that is their ambition, and I'm sure the way they are moving ahead, I'm sure they are going to achieve it. And by 2030, their armies are going to be the number one army, both numerically and equipment-wise also. So it is high time that yes, we should start thinking like what Indian Navy has already done. That the defense production, as far as in Navy, it has really got an impetus, and the naval defense production has got a strategic vision, and the kind of vessels which are being rolled out, the kind of submarines which are being rolled out. Last month only one submarine has been rolled out, which was totally indigenous production. So we have to think fast and act fast
But
as far
Brigadier,
as defense production is concerned.
but at the same time, I must point out that we have only one aircraft carrier, of the world class rank.
Yeah, it is definitely a drawback because, the kind of warfare which we are anticipating, and now since the tactical battle area has been shifted to South China Sea, Indian Ocean region, we have to have such, water-based platforms from where the three-dimensional warfare can be undertaken.
Right.
So we have to have these kind of platforms where you can have the presence of marine commandos. You can have the presence of aerial delivery weapons.
Fighter
systems.
planes also.
So,
Yeah.
Correct. So it is imperative that we must have minimum 3 to 4 aircraft carriers, the kind of maritime boundaries which we share with the countries.
Right. So, General Sivaj, I come to you. Wanted to say something, I guess.
Point what you were trying to convey, that we have got one INS Vikramaditya and INS Vikrant is going to be rolled down this year. Vikrant, we are indigenously building Vikrant now, and it will be rolled out this year. The issue is that no doubt that you need another third one very, say in a year or two, and then the fourth one. No doubt about it that if you want to dominate in Indo-Pacific, you have to have aircraft carriers like group, because it is a moving aircraft carrier group which is a strategic force. Your power of projection is limited in case you do not have aircraft carrier. And the question comes in whether it is a submarine versus aircraft carrier. I say no. You need both. See, you need Indian Navy needs submarines and as well as the aircraft carrier group. What is happening is over a period of China has understood the importance. China initially increased its submarine strength. It has got the maximum submarine in the world today, also number of ships. And second thing, they are start building indigenous aircraft carrier. And today they have got 1, 2, and in time to come they will have 10 within a span of about 5 to 6 years. So having said so, in case you want to dominate in Indo-Pacific region and also be a very active member of Quad, there is
Counter threats, isn't it?
no. The issue is that Navy is also a projection of power. You are talking a theater which is
No, I'm talking about vision. Vision.
I know. I'm just saying. The
Yeah.
point today is that the next battle will be fought mainly by Navy with China, even in Indian Ocean region. And though the Chinese are slightly far off from the mainland, but the way they are increasing their footprints in Indo-Pacific region, there is a requirement of India to match that. And therefore, it is not that China has international vision. India has to counter it, and that's what the USA is depending on India. So therefore, India not alone, but member of Quad and all, because China is fast growing. China can't be handled by India alone in any way, and also US will not able to handle. So it will be a collective, mission which will be taken, and that's why if you remember, Ajay, the core principle of Quad, it is that Indo-Pacific should be open, free, and inclusive with three guiding principles:
Right.
freedom of navigation, international rule-based international order, and maintaining the territorial integrity and sovereignty of all nations, including island nations. You see the threat from China. The issue today is that China has become an enemy number one, not only of India, but all Quad members, and there is a collective requirement to challenge the aggressive, assertive attitude and the expansionism attitude of China.
Right. So,
Therefore, whether
yeah.
China has got an international vision or not, it will hurt you. Remember, Ajay, they have encircled India by in Myanmar, with Chittagong in Bangladesh, Amantota in Sri Lanka, then Maldives, one island, then Djibouti in East Africa and Guyana. So we cannot take China lightly.
No, we are not
China
taking
is-
we are not taking China lightly. But I'll go to Brigadier Datta about it. About Brigadier Datta, as I was asking about vision, like China is, as you mentioned about that, China wants to take the number one position in the world. India doesn't have such ambitions. India wants to be maybe a power in the in Asia region only. So there is a contrast in vision also. So that is why our focus is just to counter threats from China, Pakistan. That's it. We are taking care of those defense measures.
Yes, Ajayji, I agree with you that India doesn't have any of these aspirations. Unfortunately, you see, if we see the kind of debates which we have, we are more, looking inside than looking outwards. As far as what General Saab had said, the projection of power, like, most of the navies, they are being taken as projection of power.
Right.
Unfortunately, I was in the integrated defense staff. I was, secretary for reviewing the Union War Book and the MOD War Book. You will be surprised to know that for decades, these two very important documents were not reviewed. And when we reviewed it and we put it up, the government takes its own sweet time.
Yeah.
So if that is the vision, if that is the kind of concern which we are having, it is very, very difficult. I'll just give you an example, though it is nowhere related with you see, India has got a individual wealth of 8.3 trillions as per one study. And we are aspiring to be a 5 trillion economy by 2025-26. But if we formalize, institutionalize this money, I'm sure we require no efforts and we can become number 2 economy in the world.
So that is what I'm saying. So the lacking point is vision, and maybe to work on that vision.
Yeah, it is, हमारे यहाँ वही कॉन्सेप्ट है कि आप भला, आपकी कमीज मेरी कमीज से सफेद क्यों, उसने कहा नहीं रहेगी, ये लीजिए. So this is what we are very myopic in our vision. We don't have any strategic vision. We don't have any kind of national agenda as far as defense is concerned.
Right.
So we have to have that kind of vision, that kind of horizon where we can look beyond.
So, looking beyond Brigadier Datta, or maybe I'll come to General Sivach. No, and as you heard, Brigadier Datta was talking about like lacking of vision, and we had to think beyond. And if you take the example, as I mentioned about the aircraft carrier, it took us decades to acquire that from Russia and second hand, all that. After being refurbished, it took also years and years. And now talk about Air Force. I mean, acquiring air fighters, fighter planes, it took us over a decade to get, maybe 5 or 6 now we have got. So, if that is the pace, that is the scheme of things, how can we match up to China? We may be thinking in our, we may be debating and thinking about it. But on the ground, if these things are not matching up, what do you do?
Absolutely, Ajay, no doubt about it. See, our defense budget is 1/4 of China. So that itself shows that the importance India is giving its own defense forces. There is a requirement at Army, Air Force, Navy to modernize, and you need an equipment which are the latest technology. For that, you need money. So if you cannot spend money on defense, then it will lack. Infrastructure is lacking in from
No,
Ladakh.
General, I may interrupt you. Like if you talked about MMRCA deal, the tendering process was done, money was
I was just
money was earmarked, everything was there in place, but the government processes took so long and long and long. Over a decade. Tender was opened in 2001, and now we are getting fighters in maybe 2020.
absolutely. No, I agree with see, what you are trying to convey is that there is a flow in our system also
Yes.
that we take a lot of time to sort of formalize as well as reach to a final conclusion. But what I am trying to convey, Ajay, there is a key requirement which this defense need to want to modernize Indian Army with the latest tank, missiles as well as the rocket army. You want it modernize in cyber warfare, space warfare, and thereafter you want to modernize Indian Air Force to have a 42 squadron which is required fighting both the sides, that is China and Pakistan. Today we have reduced it to you have to make it for this time. Rafale has come, it will make a difference. I am not discounting that you have got a very good aircraft in terms of Sukhoi 30 MKI, MiG-29, Mirage 1000, Jaguar, and now Rafale and Apache attack after. But how will you match? You need almost another 10 squadron. You have now gone for 83 stages. You need another medium multi-combat aircraft, which we are also trying to get it from US. So all this needed. Third thing which I want to tell Ajay, the cutting edge will be in future war will be Navy. The Navy has to play a major role. Indianization they are doing in a full way. But you have to spend money to buy another aircraft carrier, more aircraft, and you have to invest this thing. Not only make in India concept Atmanirbhar, but at some time you have to also import. It has to be happy mix. Therefore, the point is if you have a 1.6% of GDP spent on defense, and then you think that you can counter China, I don't think it is possible. You
Okay.
need money. You have to. So therefore, only man behind the machine cannot make so much difference. We are trying to convey that we are better hearted. No doubt about it. But
So-
at a longer rate, you have to fight at all, at air, navy, and also on the land.
Right.
That you need
So Brigadier,
modernization.
Brigadier Datta, as you heard General Shiva talking about money part, that budgeting is very low. But is it only budget or is it also vision? How you go about and how the process is, in fact, which takes so long. And if it, I can give you some figures because fighter planes, China, according to one study, China has 3,160 fighter planes. India has 2,119. So such a big gap, and then you want to take on. You have to counter this threat.
Ajay, I agree with the General Shivaj when he says, firstly, there is lack of will. Secondly, there is lack of budget. thirdly, there is lack of infrastructure, and fourthly, there is lack of accountability or the the will to execute the mandate which has been given. Like there has been a definitely rise in defense production. Like our exports have almost in weapons, they have increased of almost by to the tune of 10,000 crores. But yes,
but Brigadier, export is fine, but we have to first cater to our own requirements.
yeah, I agree with you. You see, we are not we are the second largest importer. 12% of the world import, it falls in our lap, and it is like dining every day out. So
Right.
if you have to spend 10 times more for an equipment, like you take the case of Tejas. If you in 59,000 crores, you are getting 123 aircrafts. Whereas if you see Rafale, definitely Rafale is a 4.5 generation aircraft, air machine, which is definitely superior. But what we require is not the superior machines, but firstly we must make up our deficiency establishment. You were talking of aircrafts. You see, we are far behind China. Even Pakistan has got 30 squadrons, and we have also come down to 30 squadrons from in 42. So, if we are talking of two-front war, we are not able to tackle one front. So, it is high time that instead of having giving only mandate, we must
So,
translate
Brigadier
those
Datta,
points.
we are running out of time, but one last
Yeah.
question, maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds, you may answer. Is Atmanirbhar an answer to our, meeting this deficiency? Maybe 20 seconds you can.
No, I don't think in the near future we can do it. Like today, the thawing has started in the relations with China, and so have the defense production has also slowed down. So it should not be reactive. We should be proactive.
Yes.
It should
So,
not happen that if you are waiting for another Galwan to happen.
yes, my basic point is that we have to think in a long-term strategy manner. I mean, it has to be a long-term strategy, maybe 50 years
Yeah,
down
yeah.
the years.
Ajay, can I add something?
Yeah, please,
Ajay, what the point is
briefly,
that
because we have to close. Yeah.
if you want to become a power to be recognized in the world, you cannot be importer of such a high level.
Right.
You have to have your indigenous, companies also coming up, and you have to reduce it to an extent where it is have mix of export as well as import as well as manufacturing within
Yeah,
your own
yeah.
country.
So,
And in the meantime, Indian Army, Indian Navy, Indian Air Force have to be given more budget, and they have
yeah,
to
budget is
strategize on
important. Yeah, budget
firing.
is important, and I think long-term strategy is also important. But sorry, we had to conclude. So, thank you both of you for participating in this debate today. This is all in the agenda today. Thanks for watching. I will be back with another important topic tomorrow. Till then, goodbye.